get it started. See who's gonna join us. Talk a little bit about dynamic meditation today, finding peace out there when you can't find it in here. Let's see who's gonna join us. There's some music whilst we're waiting. Live the dream. Yo. Here we go. So we got Mr. Sanjay Simon, Rehu Naki, The Boot Pizzeria, Worthy Foe, Sonia, Justin, Namki, Waf, Peace Joy. How's it going? Peace Joy. We're going to be talking about that. Thank you very much for joining in. Let's give it a little while longer. See who else wants to join in. Music always with me. Breathwork to music, qigong to music, vibing to music all the time, because it's one of the things I'm going to talk about. It's a dynamic meditation. We just got started. Justin 27, hello, peace, joy. It's not a planned live. I just go live whenever, really. It's a dream, it's a dream. So how do we find peace within this dream world? Well, music helps. Right. Hey, Doctor. Irie. So anyway, let's get straight into it. Oh, we got some more people joining in. Good. Tips on Samadhi. Ray Hunaki. Whoa, absolutely. That's what it's all about. Samadhi. Samadhi is the state of enlightenment. State of enlightenment. You will achieve it by transcending the illusion. Now, the best way to transcend the illusion is to find an illusion that you have experienced many times. So it's not that difficult at all. Everyone's had a dream at night time. It's an illusion. Where is the world that you're in when you're in the dream? In your mind. The dream world exists in your mind. Where are you? You're asleep in your bed. But yet this whole illusion has been created by who? By you. Your mind. Your mind is the creator of the dream world. Even this is a dream world. You can't experience it without your mind. But people have forgot they're in a dream. Yet the clue's there all the time when you go to sleep and you dream. A whole world awakens. And you can experience that world whilst you're asleep in your bed. In that world, you have your senses just like you have here. You can feel things, you can see things, you can hear everything. And the more lucid you dream at night time, the more real it seems. This is nothing but a real fucking lucid dream. The demiurge is the illusion that's been pulled over your eyes. Now, within the illusion is the truth. It's laced everywhere. The clues are everywhere. Everyone will find it in their own unique way. But the truth is very simple. Well, the illusion is this, right? So now, I believe I've actually got a topic on the demiurge in my book, Live the Dream. I speak about it. But that is seeing the illusion in a negative way, which is exactly the problem. When people start to see the Matrix reality as something they have to escape or it's fucked, that's your life ruined. They've got you. They've got you. They got you. They've hijacked your mind with all the bullshit out there that you've been made to believe that this world, which is God's playground for us to fucking enjoy, this is God's playground. God created this world for us to enjoy. So absolutely. So, this is what I'm going to be talking about today. The illusion itself has a lot of beauty in it, but people focus on the shit, so that's all they see. Whatever you focus, you're just like a torch. You're shining your light. You put your focus and your attention on something, that's what you'll see. Because that's what's important to you. And whatever you put on your priority list of values, your values are what you perceive to be important, you will see it everywhere. So if you focus on bullshit, you'll see it everywhere. And of course, there is bullshit within the illusion, but yet there's a lot more beauty. For example, people look at the skies and they think chemtrails. Oh, they're fucked. That's fucked, right? What are they doing with this? And they get lost in the bullshit because there's so much bullshit on that. Not that it's just going to take you away from your dream, because it's just taking the world. What about all the beauty left in the sky? Because I watch the clouds all the time. It's actually a meditation for me. It's a dynamic meditation. A dynamic meditation is when you don't focus internally, you focus externally. You find the beauty out there, because everything is a mirror. You reflect what you have within outwards, and what's out there and how you see it out there is what is reflected in. So if you see the world as shit and you see the world as evil and it's bad, that's going to be reflected into you, and that is who you become. You become the experiencer of the bullshit. Now, if you remember the beauty in nature, that's exactly what we do. We judo flip it, right? So if it's a dream, because you're the dreamer of the dream. I'm the dreamer of my dream. You're the dreamer from your perspective. So think of it, I like to think of it like this. God has chosen to experience this dream world through many billions and billions of people all around the world, in all different shapes and sizes and different colors, animals, plants, everything. So God is in everything, experiencing everything through us. Just like a massive submarine with loads of windows to look through. But it's the all-seeing eye looking out. It's the same one. So, I always say one love. Why do I say that on my post? Because it's just one love that is being expressed into many different hearts. We're all connected. We all believe we are separate because we're all seeing it from our own perspective. But that's the beauty of being the dreamer of your own world. So, everybody thinks there's a world and we're in it. No, think of it as it's your world. Because your perspective of the world is unique to you. My perspective of the world is unique to me. So a lot of people do see the world as shit. And that's why they experience that. And that is reflected back in. So I always find the beauty out there. Because I've been through, when I was younger, when I used to meditate in my early 20s, I used to find it very easy to find peace within. As I lived life, I'm 44 years old now, and experienced a lot of trauma and a lot of traumatic experiences, and I've got those as memories. My mind is very difficult to find peace within with, at times, okay? I had to do a lot of work to get there and find it again. But anytime I struggle to find peace within, it's always out there. So if you watch my stories, one of the things that I like to do is a dynamic meditation, because I live in the countryside. I go and watch nature. And I just witness and observe the beauty, the peace, the serenity in nature, right? Because it's there all the time. It's natural beauty. And you want to find your true nature, you connect with nature. The clue is in the word, right? You want to find beauty, you find it in nature. We are nature. We are born without a business plan. We die without a business plan. We're all a part of that. So it makes sense, perfect sense, to find your true nature, that you connect with nature. So animals, plants, flowers, trees, right? So I spend as much time as I possibly can, especially when I find it hard to find peace within. I have a very creative, over-imaginative mind. And for many people that are creative people, your mind can be the worst to live with. Because it's so creative, the ideas don't only work in your favor, they can also work against you. And that's what people recognize and start to experience. But without a doubt, in earlier years of life, the first half of my life, very easy to find peace within when I meditated. I started meditating when I was 14 years old, whilst I was doing Kung Fu. I'm 44 years old now, so 30 years practicing different meditations, breath work, etc. One thing without a doubt I found has been the most important thing I discovered is the importance of dynamic meditation. And what dynamic meditation is basically flipping the illusion around. Absolutely. So a lot of people hear it out there. Focus, going within, go within, go within. So a lot of people do this. And when I suffered the loss of my brother a few years ago, 2018, I went into deep depression and suicidal thoughts and everything. But that was in my mind. And I was struggling to see the beauty that was still out there, like my kids and my wife and everything else. And I was, you get lost in the bullshit that's in your mind. You forget about what's still good. So you start to focus on that and you get addicted to that. And that's a downward spiral. You know, lucky enough, I was able to get out of it. My brother died from depression and drinking too much alcohol. But I was able to come out of it. And that's why one of the reasons I do what I do, to help other people, because I know what suffering in here can do to a person. It basically kills you. It more than likely in this day and age results to people relying on substances to try to detach from the illusion. So people don't want to be in it anymore because they find it horrendous. The experiences, they eat them up. So traumatic experiences can be hard to live with in the mind. But without a doubt, over time, as long as you keep working on yourself, you can overcome it. So a lot of the techniques that I use are very dynamic. Like my breath work is both energetic and relaxing. Okay, so I do different forms of breath work. I do relaxing breath work. And I do energizing breath work because I don't always want to feel relaxed. In this world, I do want to feel relaxed, but also want to have energy. So I have breath work for relaxing. I have breath work for gaining energy. Like my breath work through the mouth, when I do the Kambo breath work, full exhalation out, and then the full inhalation in. That's energizing. So that's an energizing breath work. So I want to master my states of mind and my states of being. And the two states I want to master is the relaxed state, the peaceful, blissful state, and the energized, productive state, because I need both. I can't just be relaxed. So I just can't do relaxing meditation because it's not enough. Not for me. So I have to do the relaxing meditation, letting go, and I will listen to, usually I will use sound, audio technology. So I'd use music. I use music a lot because what music does, it gives you something else to listen to. Because your thoughts, you hear your thoughts. You hear your thoughts. Think about it. You hear your thoughts. You hear them. Because everything is sound frequencies. Everything is waveform frequencies. So you can change the channel. Because you're just tuned into that radio station. By putting on music to listen to, like, my attention now can go to that. So it's an external thing. And I can become mindful of being focused on what I'm hearing out there. Right? So what am I hearing in the music? What sounds am I hearing out there? What sounds am I hearing like now? So that to me, and then I can get into that rhythm, that to me is a dynamic meditation. It doesn't matter what music. To me, I get into a meditative state of mind by listening to any music, because it's taken me away from the noise within my mind, because I'm now listening to different noise. It's a dynamic meditation. This is why so many people tend to listen to music to make themselves feel good. It's a natural thing for people to do. So I started DJing at a very, very young age. I used to play in clubs and bars when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, into my early 20s, and I used to play out. So I have a love for music anyway. It's in my blood. It's in my soul. So, but that's why I use music for everything. When I work, I listen to music. When I meditate, I listen to music. Okay, when I do my breath work, I do it to music. Not all the time, but I love to do it to music. It's always more powerful with music. When I do my qigong, my moving meditation, I do it to music. Right? So, because music gives me something else to listen to other than my thoughts. People try instead to shut up their mind. It's a lot easier just to listen to something else. Right? A lot easier. It's just like, when you go into nature, you can't find beauty, peace, bliss, and serenity in your mind. It's there in nature every day. Okay? So I will go and just witness and observe nature, just like I show in my stories. And there I see peace, there I see bliss, there I see serenity, there I see it all naturally just there. There's no effort for it, it's just there. Now, when I witness and observe that reflects into me, because it's a mirror. Everything is a mirror. So if I see beauty, peace, and bliss out there, it's going to be reflected into me. This is why a lot of people that focus on the bullshit are fucking miserable inside. They're miserable because that's what they focus on. Of course, if you focus on the bullshit in this world, which is there, but you can turn a lot of that off. I mean, turning the TV off helps, right? I mean, at least not watching the nonsense on it. You can put good stuff on it. Watch some documentaries, something educational, something funny, something that makes you laugh. Not stuff that just consumes your mind with bullshit, So anything that basically puts doubt, fear, and limitations into you, you can stay away from it. You can stay away from it. So, we need to focus on what is beautiful out there, because there's a lot of beauty. This is God's playground. Yes, man's created a lot of bullshit in God's playground, but God's playground is for us to enjoy. This is why in my book, Live the Dream, A Guide to Enlightenment and Freedom from the Matrix, because when you really get the concept that you're the dreamer of the dream, just like a dream at night time, there's no difference. Like in this one, there's a massive difference in the sense that you've got a lot more control in this dream. Now, in any dream, there's always going to be stuff you can't control. There's always going to be stuff that is out of your control, just like in this dream. There's a lot of stuff I can't control. I can't control the weather. I can't control a lot of things. I can't control other people. But what I can control is my own mind, my own self, and my own perspective of this world. I can choose how I see it. Now, if I choose to see it as a dream, well, firstly, I already know it's temporary. Everything in it. The problems are temporary. The good, the bad, and the ugly, all temporary. It's all going to be over one day. But whilst I'm here in this dream, as long as I keep reminding myself, it's just a fucking dream. It's just a fucking dream. That's what my book is about. This is like my Bible. Live the dream. Right? It's available on Amazon if anybody hasn't got it and you want it. It's only £1.99 on Kindle, right? So I read this myself because this was a product of me going into enlightenment. So I wrote it all down. My downloads came down in bucket loads. And I wrote a book in 3 weeks and then I published it. I never wrote a book in my whole life. But that was earlier last year, when that happened. And I've spoken a lot about my enlightenment experience. And basically, it all started with getting this concept. Because you've got to flip the reality on its head. You've got to detach from it. And the easiest way to do it, because everyone's had a dream at nighttime, you can know when you're in the dream, you can forget you're in the dream. Just like the film, The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy gets hit on the head at the beginning of the movie. The rest of the movie is a dream. She even forgets she's in a dream. And then she decides to click her heels and wakes up from the dream, right? So this is the same. And there's a lot of... The Sandman is massive now. I done a post on it the other day. The Sandman, the Dream Master. He basically is playing the god of the dream world in that. There's a lot of golden nuggets there. If anybody hasn't watched it. The Sandman, a great series on Netflix. But it's all about this concept. The dream world. You know, we're of the dreaming. This is the dream. We are the dreamers of the dream. But when you forget that, you lose your power. Because in this world, there's a lot of stuff that would distract you to make you get caught up with the dream that you forget it's a dream. And true awakening is knowing that this is a dream. And awakening whilst you're in the dream, but continue to stay in the dream, living it like it's a dream. That's why my book's called Live the Dream. You can't just know it's a dream. The truth is high, but living the truth is higher still. So if the truth is this is an illusion, it's a dream consciousness, we're all experiencing the same dream from many different perspectives. That's why this dream seems much more real, because everyone's plugged into the same station, the same television channel from different perspectives, but we're all seeing the same world, but from our own perspectives. So the way that I like to look at it is I have my own world and everybody else has their own world. Because they have their dream world and I have my dream world. You can actually believe whatever the fuck you want because it's a dream. And as long as you believe it, it becomes true. There is no right or wrong. Because it's a dream. There is no right or wrong in a dream. It just is whatever you want to believe is true, is true. And this frees you from everything. When you truly get the concept, this frees your mind. It frees your mind, body, and spirit. You're free. That's why my book is called A Guide to Enlightenment and Freedom from the Matrix. But you got to get the concept, then you got to live it. You can't just think, oh, it's a great idea, and then just go about your life as you normally were. No, this is the whole point. This is my purpose in life. Awakening people from this fucking dream. To make them remember, look, you're caught up in the dream. You're getting caught up in all the nonsense because they've hijacked your mind. They've hijacked your mind. The bullshit out there has hijacked your mind. So you're focused on the bullshit. Because why do you always see negative shit on the news? Because they want you to be fearful. You don't see the good shit. They don't broadcast good stuff. But remember, the news is broadcasting to caterpillars. We've become butterflies. We're not caterpillars anymore. We're not fucking stupid. Right? We're butterflies in this dream world. Right? So as you awaken to the fact that this is a dream and you're in the dream and you're the dreamer of the dream, you regain your power. But you can't forget it. And every time you forget, you got to remind yourself. This is like why I read my book, and I read a few passages out of my book every day, like my Bible. Okay? So you gotta get it. I've read a lot out of this book in my last few lives. Create yourself. The journey is not so much about finding yourself. Everyone's hooked up on trying to find yourself. Look, you are yourself. You was born yourself and you were only ever going to be yourself. There's no finding yourself. It's all about creating yourself. The journey is not so much about finding yourself. It is much more about creating yourself and the dream world you wish to experience. Because this is why we're co-creators. God is the ultimate creator because he created us. And he created nature. He created everything else. All the animals, the plants, the trees and everything. But we are co-creators. Like I created this book. it's a dream that became a reality. Look around the room right now and notice how many people have had dreams to create the objects that you see. Anything that's nature obviously come from God. But everything else has come from men, women, people with dreams, imaginations that created something from their dreams. So the clues are everywhere, because what becomes a reality is people's dreams. People dream it, they take action, it becomes a reality. I dreamt it, took action, here it is, the reality, the book, right? This Instagram page started over a year. I dreamt it, had an idea, created it, here it is, here we are, right? Dreams become realities. It's that simple. And if you're not dreaming your realities, it's just fucking happening to you. Then you've lost your control. So if you're just letting it all happen to you, you've lost yourself in the dream and you've given your power away. But you came here into this world to experience yourself and your power as the dreamer of the dream. But the power's been taken away from many people because they're caught up with the bullshit. That's why there's bullshit everywhere, on social media, on the news, loads on social media as well, which will just take you away from the truth. And the easiest truth to get, many people buy the idea this is an illusion. What's the easiest illusion to liken it to? The dreams you have at night time. It's a dream, man. It's a dream. It's a dream and it's going to be over one day. It's a temporary dream. And past lifetimes, they were just other dreams. That's why you can remember them when you work on yourself enough. Just like I talk about my past lives. So you can awaken to that, but you've got to awaken from this dream to connect with that. So you got to connect with the dreamer of the dream. Who's the one behind the dreaming? That's what you want to connect with, because that's who you truly are. The dreamer of the dream. The one that's witnessing everything. The witness, the observer. Not the person here, like this is not the me, this is the part of the dream. You know, and this is why you can change yourself, you know. I've been working on myself, right? I'm changing the way I look. I changed the way to, you know, work out. I lost some weight last year, right? So, because when you forget you're the one that's in control, it's very easy to become lazy and just accept it as it is. But you have all the power. I have all the power. In your dream world, you have all the power. In my dream world, I have all the power. But people have forgot. So remember, like, when you can't find peace, bliss, and serenity out here, remember, engage in the fucking dream. That's why we're here. People are so caught up with their own minds now because they've been taught this idea about going within to find themselves. You already are yourself. You just got to express yourself. You was born enlightened. You become unenlightened because you get caught up with the bullshit. So you just got to reconnect with your true nature. So get connected with nature. Get connected with music. I connect with 4 things every day. That's my like my rules. Connect with music, love, nature, and breath. Those 4 things. So for me, music all the time, right? Love, that's service to others. Service like this is service to mankind, because we're all brothers and sisters. We're all the same perceiver, really, just seeing it from many different perspectives. So I don't see any separation, I don't discriminate against anyone, because I just see, well, they're just another me, experiencing the dream from their perspective. That's it. So why am I not going to help other people wake up from the dream too? That's the purpose. That's my passion. That's my purpose. That's what I need to do in this life. So, you know, and that's what I will die doing. Awakening people from this dream world so they can find their true nature. So, you know, as I say, when you can't find peace, bliss, serenity out here, remember, it's all out there. It's out there everywhere. The bliss, the beauty. Just connect with nature. Don't have to go to another destination or holiday. It's right there on your doorstep. I mean, I've been living in this house for over nearly 10 years now, and I'm in the countryside. I never used to go to the countryside, and I'm right in it. But now I go every day because I will always find beauty, bliss, peace, serenity simply by being surrounded with it. So you surround yourself with beauty, it's going to reflect inwards. It's always there. It's there every day. There's not a day when it's not there. So there's no excuses. There's no excuses to not find it because it's there every day. All you got to do is spend some time in it, witness it, observe it, soak it in. Like, that's the beauty of being surrounded by nature. Find your true nature. Okay, music is another thing as well, because music just makes people feel good. And music is very simple. You can do it and you can listen to that instead of what's in your mind. And as a result, what's going to happen, because you're doing the dynamic meditation, you're focusing on the bliss, the beauty, the peace, the serenity out there. You're listening to something else other than your own thoughts. What happens is that becomes your new you inside. So it reflects internally. Your mind quietens down internally as a result of the dynamic practices. Right, this is why I do Qigong, because Qi is an energy which I'm feeling out here with my hands and my body. So I don't need to focus on my mind and my thoughts, which is the method most people think of with meditation. Let me just watch my thoughts. But as I said, if you've had real bad trauma, bad past memories and experiences, it's going to be very difficult for you to find it here. It's not that you can't, but you've got to do a lot of work. So I have to do a combination, me personally. I do a combination of the dynamic meditations and going within. But unless I can get to a certain point, it's not going to be there internally. So you've got to find it out there for it to be in here. So if you keep seeing bullshit out there and seeing this as a matrix or a world, you need to fucking like leave. Some people are saying like, how do I get out of this matrix? Lord, you came here to experience the dream. This is the dream. This is the beauty. This is the place to have fun. This is where you're supposed to come to experience the beauty. This is the playground. But if you focus on the bullshit, that's what you'll see, and that's what you'll attract. But the beauty is there. The playground is there, and everyone can enjoy it every day. Carpe diem, seize the day. Not tomorrow, not next week, seize every day, because what is a dream? What is a life? It's just days upon days upon days. And those days are going to finish at some point. So it makes sense to live each day as a part of your dream the best you can. Every single day. Every single day. When it feels hard, you still got to do it. Because I say, if it doesn't... A lot of people are miserable because they're not doing anything with their life. They're just accepting depression. They're accepting how they feel within. They think that they have to just accept that. But once you start enjoying life, because joy comes from the heart. You don't have to have money for it. You don't have to have money to go and sit in a park. You don't have to have money to even go to watch a lake or go to the beach, right? You don't need money. You don't need anything. All you need to do is get there, to experience it. And for many, like even sitting in my garden, I've got a garden out here. I love to sit in my garden. Rather than watch TV, I like to sit in my garden and just watch the clouds. That for me is living in meditation. People think of doing meditation for like 5-10 minutes a day. No, like if you're doing dynamic meditation, you're living in meditation. There's a massive difference. You're living in a meditative state of mind. And that's the way to true awakening, to live in meditation. Right? All right. Thank you very much for joining in, everyone. This will be posted up onto the page as usual. Oh, I didn't see so many people logged in. I missed you all. But thank you very much for joining in, whoever did, and much love all around the world. Don't forget, this is your dream, and you need to live it and experience it, because you're here to enjoy it. Don't forget that. You're here to enjoy it. Don't focus on the bullshit. It's designed to take you away from your true nature and the gift. This is the gift. This is the gift. We can all end up losing ourselves in this world. It's happened to me. And there's days where I get caught up with the bullshit. Without a doubt, there's going to be stuff out there that happens that takes me away, and I forget, I'm supposed to be enjoying this. Because there's always going to be bullshit. A negative experience, something bad, something we don't like, right? But even every problem that we have, I guarantee every problem every single person here has had, you've overcome it. That's why it doesn't exist anymore. You have new problems, yes, without a doubt. We all get new problems. But just remember, every problem you have had in the past, you have overcome it. And you will overcome any problem you have now as well. We just tend to forget when the problems are there, that's how it works. So we get focused on the problems. But we need to remind ourselves, we always overcome the problems. May not be the way we want to, but we will overcome the problems. Because the good, the bad, and the ugly is all a part of the illusion. And it's all a part of the experience. But we'd learn the most from those experiences, without a doubt. It's just hard to accept it when it's there. So those experiences are going to be there, and they can take you away from your true power. The trials, the tribulations, the tests, right? They are there. It's a part of the life experience. But those are the experiences that make us grow, because they put us in situations where we normally wouldn't put ourselves. So what happens is the world and the situations, I believe it's God. It's all God, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Not just the good, the bad and the ugly too, right? Like, I've had so many positive experiences from after my brother passed away, but it was a bad experience. But there was a lot of things that wouldn't have happened unless that happened. But I couldn't see that then when it was destroying me. But now I can see it. So time definitely heals, without a doubt, and lets you see things from different perspectives. But if we can just remind ourselves every day that, look, I'm in a dream. I am the dreamer of the dream. It gives you a lot more power. It gives you a lot more confidence to deal with the problems, rather than just say, let me just accept the problem and let it do whatever it wants to me, right? It's when you remember, wait a minute, I am the dreamer of this dream. I've got a lot more power than I allow myself to believe at times, because you can forget. It's easy to allow things to destroy you much more easily. So we do have some level of impact on how the problems can affect us, because we can provide a problem to the problem if we build our confidence and we believe in ourselves. Well, I do it all the time. There's always problems, right? But this is, a quote that I often bring up from Sun Tzu, right? From The Art of War. It's a great book. Victorious warriors win first and then go to battle. Defeated warriors go to battle and then look to win, right? And the way I think of this whole concept of seeing this as a dream, and you're the dreamer of the dream, because it's a temporary dream, okay? There's always stuff in the dream that you can't control. But this is a very lucid dream, so you can control a lot more than the dreams you have at night time, which for the most part can just seem like we're in it and it's just happening. Whereas here, it can sometimes seem like that, but when we remember we're the dreamer of the dream, there's a lot we can do. There's a lot we can control. And then we can tackle problems in a much better way. Much better way. And we can learn to deal with them without the doubt, without the fear. Because the doubt and the fear is a real thing we live with. It's there. The doubt, the fear. And there's always people saying things to limit you. There's experiences which try to limit you. that's the way the illusion works. But we can always remember who the fuck we are. We can always remind ourselves of our true power. And sometimes that's all you need. You just need to remember who the fuck you are. Remember, look, I'm a co-creator in this world. This is my world. I choose to see it how I want. If I choose to focus on the bullshit, I can do that. But I can also choose to focus on the good, to focus on positive outcomes. I can also choose to focus on the beauty, the bliss, the peace, the serenity that's out there in the world. There's nonsense in the world. There's problems in the world, but there's also beauty. There's fun. There's joy. It's everywhere. Like, you know, it doesn't matter how bad you feel. Put some music on and have a dance. You'll definitely feel better. Right? You'll definitely feel better. So sometimes, you know, think about doing something rather than, you know, trying to sit and meditate. Because a lot of the time that can be hard until you found peace to some degree. But as I said, if you don't see it out there, it's going to be very difficult to get it in here. Because it's a mirror. It's all a mirror. We are mirrors of each other. The world is a mirror of us. So how we see it is how we see ourselves. If we see the world as shit, it's going to reflect back into us. So we focus on the good. Focus on the positive outcomes. Focus on what is good. Because there's a lot of good out there. There's good people. There's beautiful things to see. Beautiful people, right? That we can connect with. There's fucking horrible people as well, yes. But there are good people. You know, let's not see everyone as bad or negative or everything as negative. Or everything in a negative way. Because in the illusion, remember it's an illusion where it's full of duality. There has to be both. But what we choose to focus on, we are in control of. We are in control of what we focus on. All right, on that note, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very much for the comments. Much love, much love. Take care, my friends.